Hey everybody, this is Tom here with T.G.G Gaming, and we are with...
I'm Austin Albanito.
What'd you place today?
And I got 23rd place.
At the Minnesota Regionals here on 420. What'd you play today?
I played Danger Zombie Orcust.
Alright, that sounds kind of spicy and kind of interesting.
It's pretty fun.
Let's hop into this deck profile here.
Alright. So to start off, I'm just going to start off with our zombies. We've got the 3 Shiranui Solitaires. This is your main starter. Normal summon up, get out your second primary extender, your Una Zombies. I only run 2 Una Zombies because hard drawing them's kind of annoying. So the 3-2 combo I really like with all of my different monsters. Then for the zombies in that work in the graveyard, you have your 3 Mizukis and your 2 Gozukis. I see some other zombie variants play like maxing out on all these cards. But again, hard drawing a bunch of multiple Gozukis. He's a normal summon, so it's really hard to kind of make it work. And I really like these ratios and how they performed. I always brick on multiple Gozukis or multiple Una Zombies, so keeping everything like this is pretty nice and simple for me. And then for the other zombies, we run 2 Necroworld Banshee and then 1 of the big Baldrock himself. Necroworld Banshee is really nice, especially if you hard draw her, because she's a solid normal summon, comboing off with the other dangers in the Orcust engine. And she's your access to Zombie World. I don't actually run too many Zombie Worlds or Terraformers in the deck, but I really like how consistent getting Zombie World out is because of Banshee, because you have like billions of ways of getting her into the graveyard with your other zombies as well. And then Baldrock's the big boss monster, the control, the beat stick, and he never, ever, ever dies. Then for the fun stuff, 3 Tsushinoko, 3 Nessie, 3 Jackalope, 2 Mothman, and 1 Chupacabra. These guys, pretty standard for dangers. Gotta run 3 of these. I like running the 2 Mothman because it's pretty nice for fixing your hand and getting those pesky Mizukis that you hard draw into your graveyard. And then Chupacabra's kind of just the one of. I only used him once this whole tournament. So he's just pretty nice to have. He's an extra danger name. And I honestly summon him off Tsushinoko or off of Jackalope, a lot, because he's a level 4, so you can use him for your Azathoth plays. Funny thing is, that didn't come up much because I barely ever made Azathoth. And then for the Orcusts, you run a pretty standard Orcust engine. You run the 2 Nightmares, 1 Symbol Skeleton, 1 Wand, and 1 Harp Horror. I only ever used Wand once, because usually what I like to do is I like to prioritize using Summon Sorceress to get Baldrock instead of using Summon Sorceress to get Wand and then recurring your Horror. But this worked perfectly nice. It's a spectacular advantage engine. I hard drew Symbol Skeleton almost every single game, but it's great. He's a 1200 beat stick that I killed 3 people with on 3 different days. So thank you very much, Symbol Skeleton. And then a very, very nice and small PK engine. These guys are just for your Azathoth plays, and I see these in my hand way too often, but pitching them off of danger is just as good as getting them into the graveyard in any other methods. So nothing's really too much of a brick in the deck, but your biggest brick is this chick, the only hand trap that I run. I bricked on her every time. I resolved her twice, and that's it. But she was there when I needed her, and she's a zombie. I actually once normal summoned her to make a Borreload Dragon, which I proceeded to steal my opponent's Borreload Dragon and kill him with it. So,
spicy.
MVP there, summoning Ash Blossom to win. And that's it for the monsters. I run 35 monsters, pretty solid monster count. Then for the spells, we got 2 Zombie Worlds. This is your heart and soul of the deck. Draco players cry whenever they see this, and it's awesome because I dueled Draco round 1. He couldn't do anything. This is what turns all of the Crusadia Guard Dragons players into dragons. It's what killed Thunder Dragon, even though I didn't play Thunder Dragon once. And you get into it pretty much every duel. And I don't even run Terraform. Then I run 3 Called by the Graves. I never use this. When I hard drew it, I didn't need it. When I didn't draw it, I didn't need it. But it was there. It's nice peace of mind. And I wouldn't have it any other way. You need it. It's too good when you called by it. I did misplay once. I should have called by to Lancia. I got Lancia'd way too many times today. Then for the Super Seki 1-of spells, we run Reborn, Super Poly, Foolish Burial, and Card Destruction. This is the trapezium of death. If I open any of these, you're pretty screwed. Super Poly really overperformed today. It did so well. I love it in the main. And card destruction is amazing. It makes your opponent's brick. Foolish Burial is just a 1-card win, and Monster Reborn is Monster Reborn. And then the last spell card I played is the 1 Rum, because this card should be banned. Then for the traps, we play 2 Sheerly Status Wall Slash. This is a living +1. It is amazing when you're just sacking your opponent's stuff. It's spectacular against control. This card single-handedly won my Guru matchup, and I used to run it at 3 because I loved it so much, but now I'm keeping it at 2 because it's too bricky at 3. Sometimes you just don't have the zombie. Then 2 Fog Blades. I hate and love this card because it's an effect negate, but it's also a brick. But it's a solid set off of your Phantom Knights, and it's a Monster Reborn. But it also prevents your opponent's monsters from being attacked, so you need a different kind of out to it. I still liked it. It still did exactly what it was supposed to do. So that's all. And then the 1 rank 4, because this is what you use every time to get Azathoth. And that's it for the main deck. It's 50 cards.
50, all right. Any changes you'd make to it, or you just liked how it ran today?
Honestly, I really liked how it ran. Maybe cutting Called by to 2, but I don't know what else I would put in.
Sure. All right,
so
fair enough.
I think it worked exactly how I wanted it to today. The 2 losses that I had were both to 6 Samurai.
Oh, all right. Well, that's interesting.
And it's because I misplayed. So what are you gonna do? Then for the extra. You run your standard, this is how you make Azathoth package of 1 Phoenix, 1 Mermaid, 1 Galatea, Summon Sorceress, and Varnish. So this is right down the line of the combo. You make Phoenix, then Mermaid, then Galatea, then use Galatea to make Summon Sorceress, and then use Galatea again to make Bardiche. This is how you get to your Azathoth combo. Any deck that's running Azathoth needs to run these 5 monsters. Some people choose Cerberus over Phoenix, but Phoenix is way too good for popping Subterror Final Battle, so thank you very much at the end game. Then 1 Vampire Sucker and 1 Borrelode Dragon. Nobody expects the suck. She's spectacular. Free +1s, and everybody knows, and nobody can ever predict it. She always just drops. And I never got the chance to make her and then tribute her and an opponent's monster for Baldrach, but it's always out there. And Borrelode is, I don't have the money for Boral Sword, so I'm playing his younger brother. Then Redoer and Azathoth. Arguably, Redoer is the better of the 2 cards because I used Redoer a lot more than I used Azathoth today. When people are like, yeah, I'll just MST their rank up magic, and then they're stuck with this Redoer, and now I'm starting to yoink cards off the top of your deck and spin cards back into your deck and you know, draw cards. And this guy really overperformed today. I think he's the reason why I won a lot of my matches that I did. I only made Azathoth like 4 times in the whole tournament, and I didn't sweep anyone. I went to game 3 every single time. So I definitely think Redoer did exactly what I wanted. And then we have the 2 Synchros. Omega is okay. He's just kind of there. I mean, he did what he wanted me to do. But this card is the MVP of the day because he is a 3500 Boral Sword Dragon that eats everything and loves everything about me, and he is my favorite monster to make. I made him whenever I could and whenever I felt like I could push for game. He is the thing that is the very power. Yes, those are words. I am a little mentally taxed today. And then for the cards that I didn't use, I played Super Poly in the main deck, so obviously I'm going to play Draco Stapelia and Violet Chimera, but I didn't fight any Thunder Dragons, not a single Thunder Dragon player that I dueled today, which is kind of lucky. And I dueled 1 Salad Boy, but I just pretty much destroyed him, so I never got into Violet Chimera. And then the 2 monsters that I did make are Starving Venom and Nether Soul Dragon. It's really fun Super Poling away 2 of your opponent's random monsters when you have Zombie World on board to make this 3000 beat stick. And then obviously Starving Venom. I used him to out a very hilarious board. I went up against Layer of Darkness, and I couldn't really out his Diabolos. So what I did was just swing Starving Venom into it and blew him up, and then swung for game with Symbol Skeleton. So gotta love him. He definitely did what I wanted him to do. So that's 15 cards in the extra deck. pretty standard, honestly.
No changes.
No
Pretty
changes.
straightforward?
No,
Love it?
it's pretty straightforward. Maybe it's gotta stay the same. Like the only flex spot is the Phoenix or Cerberus, but again,
Sure, fair
Phoenix is just better.
Sword for Borreload.
Sword for Borreload, not really. For the side deck, the card that I sided in every single duel was Pankratops, because I wanted to go because game 2, everybody knows I'm playing Azathoth game 2. Whether I win or whether they win, they're gonna make me go second. So Pankratops was sided in every single time. He did very well when I drew him, and he didn't do anything when I didn't draw him, but he did exactly what I wanted him to do the whole game, and I mean, he's Pankratops. He does what he wants. And unfortunately, I only played one Salad player, so this DD Crows didn't really do much, never drew it. This I could probably switch out if I had Phantasma's, that's what these would be, but I don't because I'm not covered in money. And I mean, it could be Drolls too. Just pretty much any 3 of Hand Trap, Drolls, Ogres, whatever you want.
Pretty flexible.
Be these yeah, it's pretty flexible. This is your flex spot. I ran 3 sphere modes because I'm scared of the person sitting to my left. I really hate combo decks. I hate going second. So when I'm fighting Crusadia Guard Dragon, when I'm fighting Thunder Dragon, I would have sided these in, but I didn't fight any of those, so I never put them in. But that's fine. The Kaijus did really well. I wouldn't have it any other way. A lot of people are like, why are you running 2 Gamma Seals? I'm like, because Gamma Seals is the best, and I'm never going to draw 2 of them. So I ran into 3 Kaijus. I did Kaiju over somebody's Surziel, and they were really unhappy. But I only sided them in once. They did what they needed. These are a bit flexible too, but I think that Kaijus are definitely a must for this meta.
Sure.
And then my favorite card in the side deck that I never used was these Cosmic Cyclones. Actually, these were Reapers about 2 minutes before I finished signing up. But then I'm like, okay, actually, I forgot this at home. And when you're playing Orcust, you need this mermaid in order to do anything.
It's pretty important.
And I forgot it at home, so shout out to the guy that traded me a mermaid on the spot for a Time Star Magician. And he was the guy that allowed me to pretty much win, because if I didn't have mermaid, I couldn't do anything. And I had to take out Sunlight Wolf, which was my Cherries target. So I took out Cherries, and I looked at my binder, and I'm like, what can I side in? And I'm like, Cyclone. Because I played against plenty of back row decks, and I sided this in against every single back row deck I played against, and I didn't draw it once. But I loved it.
It was there, but it wasn't.
It was there, but it wasn't. It was really peace of mind. It would have done exactly what I wanted it to, and this could be Twin Twisters if you want. But you need back row destruction. And that's it for the whole deck. I really liked it. I think I did pretty well. Just for a quick tournament report, game 1 I went up against Draco, and it was a bit of a grind game, but I managed to get him out. I managed to beat him out, just out-resource him effectively. And then game 2 I was against 6 Samurai, and I lost because I was stupid and I misplayed. Game 3 I was against 6 Samurai again, and I lost. So I was 1-2. I wasn't very happy in the early game, but
you won out the rest.
But I pushed through, yeah. And then the rest of the matches I won. I played against Salamangreat, and I handily won that. I played 3 of my teammates, so that's always fun.
Always nice to play friends.
Yeah, always nice to play friends, even though they got salty that I beat them.
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't remember. The matches are slipping my mind. Sorry,
That's
but I
fine.
did really well. I only fought 1 Salad, didn't fight any Thunder Dragon, so I was against Rogue for most of the day.
Sure.
And I'm fine with that. This deck does well against Rogue. The only deck I was scared of really is Draco, and I beat that. And then Samurais just happened to slap me.
Yeah, it's
So
just
what are you
happened
gonna, what are you gonna
beat
do?
2 rounds in a row.
What are you
but
gonna do?
Hey.
Yeah, and that's all I got. Thank you guys.
That's a really super cool deck there.
Awesome.
Hope
Thank
to
you.
see you again in other regionals with more fun decks.
Oh yeah, I'm going to the Menominee regionals next.
Sure.
Menominee Falls regionals in the future. So
hope
probably
you
bring a different deck.
Have amazing success like you did. Thank you.
you.